turn on your microphones, please. Immediately to my left is Angela, also known as Morbid Heart Designs. And on the far left is Carissa, who goes by the name Happy Goth Art. They both stream. They both stream on Cherry Round. Awesome, $25. Um, you get your bulging eye Daffy Duck graphic. Um, and I believe Cherry found 50th Street through Angela. Is that right, Angela or Carissa?
Possibly. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Cherry's one of my mods, and I absolutely
Oh,
adore him.
okay.
So we hang out in a lot of communities when we're
Okay.
not in my streams.
Okay. All right. Cherry is reacting as if he's saying, "Oh my God," as if he didn't know you were going to be here. Cherry, you knew she was going to be here. She's been telling you about it all week, I'm sure. Uh,
Have fun.
yeah. Uh, how are you two ladies doing? How's your week been? Go
I've
ahead.
been doing good. I've been keeping busy, arting a lot.
Uh-huh. What have the two of you been working on? They live stream their art, by the way. Um,
It's Inktober.
it's
It's
Inktober.
art challenge month of so many different
Yeah.
challenges. So we both have been working on our daily challenges.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm doing Inktober, but Carissa, you did your own, didn't you? You're doing gourds?
Yes, I made up my own. I'm doing Gourdtober, so I will be doing all kinds of random things that involve gourds.
Okay.
So there's
The
pumpkins.
Hear No Evil's my favorite so far, but it's still early on in the month.
Okay.
So
Just wait for tomorrow's. Tomorrow's is going to be
Are
pretty
now
good.
are you doing paintings of gourds or are you actually painting gourds?
I'm doing paintings of gourds. I'm doing
Okay.
digital art for
Okay.
this challenge.
Okay. Oh, digital art. Okay.
Yes, I want to
Okay.
get better.
Okay.
and part of the art challenge is practicing to improve. So
hmm Well, both of you post links to your own streams in the chat. Feel free to do that. And before we get started with the 1924 Phantom of the Opera silent film, I'm going to show a cartoon from 1924. I always try to show a cartoon or a short film from the same year as every film, and this one is only about 3 minutes long. It's only part of there's Angela's link for her Twitch channel. Let's get this started. This is this is from 1924, but it's not silent. It's a early Max Fleischer film. Um, Years before Betty Boop and Popeye. This is the guy that ultimately animated Betty Boop and Popeye. There's his big star was Coco the Clown. This is a um, this is a sing along song cartoon, which it's a technique that Fleischer perfected. The the first we always consider the first sound cartoon to have been released by Disney. The first Mickey Mouse cartoon he released in 1928, but there were people experimenting with sound recording on film throughout the mid 20s, and Fleischer was one of them doing the experimenting, and they weren't successful. The Walt Disney in 1928 used the same audio recording technique that live action films were using, that musicals were being recorded with, and that ended up being the standard. These early sound cartoons, in fact, during the silent cartoon era, Max Fleischer invented this follow the bouncing ball technique, where the audience could follow along with the song and sing along, and they were tremendously popular. Eric, thank
first
you for the
karaoke.
first karaoke, exactly. It was common for cinemas back in those days to have a live band, or a piano player or an organist, but often a live band. And we don't think back about how there were hundreds of cinemas across the country employing thousands of musicians, and when sound film came along, all those people lost their jobs. We That's not something that we think about. But the follow the bouncing ball was invented by the Fleischer Studios. and they got a little bit more creative with it, as you can see here. This dancing character here has a really bizarre movement to him, or a really lifelike movement that's kind of, I find it kind of disturbing. I'm not sure how they were doing it. But the sing-along films were tremendously popular with audiences. Going to the cinema was a social event, and giving people the opportunity to sing along was very popular. And often, okay, we'll skip ahead to the Phantom film. There were some films that the cinemas that were last in line to get the films who were last in line on the distribution circuit. By the time they would get the films had been broken so many times and spliced so many times that people couldn't sing along because the film was constantly skipping. They would try to sing along, and then the film would skip, and everyone would stop and yeah. Again, things that we don't think of.
That's sad.
Yeah. All right, let's play the Phantom of the Opera. Carl Laemmle at Universal. We're going to see his name on almost every film we watch this month. Pretty much all of the horror films we're going to watch this month are from Universal, made by the same people. Lon Chaney, not Lon Chaney Jr. Carissa, you were saying you've seen all the Phantom of the Opera films?
I haven't seen all of them. I've seen a bunch. A
Mhm.
couple years ago, I kind of went down a rabbit hole trying to find as many of them.
My hat is off to you because I don't know if I could watch the same story in a lot of different formats.
There
And again, I like zombie movies, so
of the opera.
Okay.
There are some really weird ones out there.
Cherry is asking, is this movie scary?
Utterly terrifying because it's
Yeah.
about a ghost who sings.
I read the novel just last fall. For those of you who haven't read it, you should. I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. It held my interest all the way through. I had never seen any stage play. I'd never seen any musical. I'd never seen any of the movie adaptations. I honestly didn't know what was going to happen in the story. It seems impossible, doesn't it? Because
It does seem impossible.
but I
Yeah, it's
honestly,
really
I
popular.
honestly didn't know what the story was really about. I was surprised in many ways. Who thinks of Sellers, dismal haunts of creepy things when the Paris Opera stages a play?
A ballet, isn't it?
A ballet.
Or opera?
It's
I'm
an
sorry.
opera.
The word
Definitely.
opera refers to the Grand Stairway of the Opera. The word opera in the title of the story refers to the building itself. The opera house is
Interesting.
just called the Opera.
Yeah, because hypothetically in the story, the play they're putting on is more of a musical and
Mhm.
not like a flat
Yeah.
out opera where
Mhm.
they're singing all the time.
Yeah, and the whole thing about the structure of the building, having five basements with a lake in the bottom level.
And that gets glossed over in a lot of the
Yeah.
movies and stuff like that.
The-
Was
You're just
Phantom
like,
of the Opera, is it based off of an actual opera house? Or
The Paris Opera House, yeah.
Okay.
You can look at diagrams and models of the Paris Opera House, and it's built exactly like it's described in the old story. The five basement levels, multiple upper levels, endless chambers all through it. It's a gigantic building. The story in the novel describes an entire, really, society of people living in and around it. Each, people doing their jobs that they've inherited from their parents. And the story starts with a pair of men taking over management of the opera house from a previous pair of men, and at one point the stable master who runs the horse stables that operate out of the back of the opera, he comes to them to complain about something or other, and they're like, "There are stables here?" and he says, "Well, where do you think the horses come from?" When horses come out on
Magic.
stage, where do you think the horses on stage come from?
Magic.
And there's an entire a small army of people running just the stables.
Yeah, and you know, as an audience member, you would never know this.
Right.
I've been to the Opera House in New York City, and that building was massive, but I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure it wasn't as elaborate of what you said the Paris one is.
Yeah.
So my mind's kind like trying to
Yeah.
formulate something around it, and it's struggling.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an amazing building. It survived all the wars. They it's been taken over by various armies many times. And it's still there.
I've
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I only have seen one other silent movie, Nosferatu. I'm
Mhm.
not a silent movie person, so I'm glad there's people to
Yeah.
talk with.
That's why I wanted two hosts for this, so we would have plenty to talk about and plenty of people to talk to.
I like that they're showing the actual ballet dancing.
Mm-hmm. Christine Daae, who under the tuition of an unknown and mysterious master, had made a sudden rise from the chorus to understudy of the prima donna. The book surprised me in that it was told. Well, it didn't surprise me. Everything, all fiction written back in those days. The book was published in like 1911 or something like that, and it was serialized in magazines. Like everything was done. But it was. Well, look at that face.
So sad.
But the book is told in the past tense by an investigator, by a newspaper man who was determined to investigate the events that had happened 20 years before in the 1880s and 1890s. And he was talking to everyone who had survived from those times. And the people who told him these things were telling him that these are not myths, these are not stories, these are absolutely real. And Gaston Leroux, who wrote the book, when he died 20 or 30 years later, on his deathbed, he insisted that the story was true, that all the people were real, that the events were real. Of course, nobody believes that. But all the major characters that he wrote about were based on historical people whose lives you can read about, and many of the events in the book did happen to them.
But Amityville Horror is true, so maybe it's true.
Anything is possible. There's a newer one. I think it's about 7 or 8 years old. I think that's. I believe it was called The Angel of Music, and I was able to watch it on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first one I saw, and it's
Okay.
it's told from the viewpoint of Raoul, her
Mhm.
boyfriend.
Mhm.
He survived, and he goes back to the opera house because they're selling it, and he's like, it's big. It's like a big flashback.
Interesting.
Suddenly, the management resigns. It says here. This was the starting point of the novel, but it was told past tense from this investigator's point of view. And one of the characters that he consulted most was a character named Daroga, who's a Middle Eastern man. Here's the new managers of the opera. Look at these tremendous beards.
Legit beards, man.
Yeah. Okay, the old managers. Okay, they're winking at each other, smiling.
I want the guy with the mustache to be like, see.
Did you look at that big old stamp that the guy had?
Yeah. Chunk. There he goes.
Like, it's official now.
There's a major character in the book named Daroga, again, who's a Middle Eastern man from Iran or something like that, who doesn't appear in any adaptation. Perhaps we should warn you that you may hear some talk of a ghost, a phantom. That's another
name dropping.
That's another thing about the Phantom himself, was that he was an open secret. Everyone in the opera house knew about him. Many had seen him. The attendant of box 5 does not laugh at mention of the opera ghost. I have not watched this film, by the way. This is all new to me, too. Cherry says, they said the name of the movie. Yeah, we have a title. Durham Steve came in.
Props in the cellars of the Opera House during a dress rehearsal. Ooh.
Simon the Scene Shifter and his brother Joseph. Simon the Scene Shifter. That's gonna be my
What a way
next
to introduce a
cosplay.
character.
Yeah. What, you don't know who I'm supposed to be?
I have the title card and everything that comes up just before me.
Florine Papillion.
Uh-oh.
Cat.
Kitty!
Don't get the cat.
He's like,
I'll cosplay the cat.
But this Daroga character was a guy who knew the guy who became the Phantom, knew him when they were young, and he recounts most of the guy's life and story, and he was very much involved in the events of everything, but he never appears in any adaptation.
Yeah.
And if I were to make an adaptation, I would simplify too. I would remove as many layers of storytelling as I could. You know, people telling about stories in the past tense. I would make everything present tense. I mean, you kind of
Yeah,
have to.
Doing the big flashback kind
Yeah.
of thing works pretty good.
The Phantom, it's the
It's
Phantom.
the Phantom of the Opera.
I do appreciate how they accomplished all the shadow stuff. I love when
yeah.
places use shadows.
Mhm.
That was so cool.
Carlotta, favorite prima donna of the Paris Grand Opera. Virginia Pearson. I like the way they stick the actor's name underneath when they. Mademoiselle Carlotta, Christine Daae will sing the role of the Marguerite Wednesday night for the first time. Any jealous attempt on your part to interfere with the performance will prove instantly disastrous to your own career. The Phantom.
Sincerely, I hate you. The Phantom.
So in all the adaptations that I saw, the prima donna was literally a prima donna. She was like one of the most horrible people in the world.
I think that's a common thing between all of them. I've seen the movie and I've heard the stage music, but never seen it live.
Yeah, she's not nice.
The way I don't recall her in the novel being a particularly bad person. She was very much put upon wrongly. We saw him for an instant, a gray shadow, and then he was gone. He had no nose. They're telling the scene shifter about this. Yes, he did. It was enormous.
And his skin was blue, no purple, no green.
Which would be more horrifying? Does someone have a huge nose or no nose? No nose would be worse.
No
so.
nose.
Yeah.
Well,
I think no nose.
Eric says, well, how does he smell? Awful. Wah, wah.
If I let you say hi to the internet, will you leave me alone?
Okay.
There's the internet.
Yeah, I was hoping you were talking to a cat. So the man came out of the cellars just after we saw the Phantom. Could it be that he? And
I like how they do think everybody's the Phantom.
Joseph Bouquet has really seen the Phantom. Let's ask him. That's another thing that surprised me about the story was that the Phantom doesn't have a secret identity. He's not somebody dressing up like Zorro as the Phantom. He is the Phantom. He's
no secret identity. He's really a creepy guy.
But the book does have a really lengthy origin story for him.
I feel like a lot of older classic books had extremely lengthy backstories that they felt that you had to know to understand the character's motivations.
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot of classic literature, but I hate that aspect of it.
I love the looks on their faces. It's like, what are you doing to that head?
His eyes are ghostly pits in which there is no light, like holes in a grinning skull. His face is like leprous parchment, yellow skin stretched drum tight over protruding bones.
Let me freak out these people while I hold this head.
It's gotta be scary though.
His nose. There is no nose. In the musical, does he tell his origin story? Does he tell his backstory? in the songs?
I don't remember really them going over it. I think there was probably some exposition, but I probably tuned it out.
Yeah.
I don't
Mm,
recall. It's been a long time.
yeah. Have a care bouquet. Ghosts like not to be seen or talked about.
That's true, just like introverts.
Come, I'll show you where I saw him in the scene dock of the third cellar. Okay, so all the ballerinas in their tutus follow this guy to. This did not happen in the book.
Yeah, this didn't happen in any of the ones I've seen either.
It's a bit much.
Yeah. Look at that great
Yeah, like-
costume. Look at that hair. Wow. She
That's
can
probably
hardly.
the only other thing that was consistent is if all of them, she has really long,
Yeah.
really long brown
Yeah.
hair.
She can hardly move because of that corset she's wearing, I think.
So I actually
there she
know
goes.
somebody who takes voice lessons,
Mhm.
operatic style,
Mhm.
and she actually does corset training sessions and
Mhm.
regular training sessions
Mm-hmm.
because of how it affects your lungs.
So it's good for opera singing?
I don't know if it's good for opera singing, but it engages your muscles differently. So she,
From the hidden spaces
in
beyond
the
the walls,
before times,
a melodious voice like the voice of an angel spoke to her. So yeah, that title you mentioned before, Chris, the Angel of Music, is very much relevant to this story. On Wednesday night, my child, Mademoiselle Carlotta, will not sing Marguerite and Faust. You will take her place.
are you happy now, Kat? No?
To you, I have imparted the full measure of my art. You will triumph. All Paris will worship you. That's what everybody wants, right? To be worshipped by all of Paris.
No.
We have 9 people watching now. 8 people on Twitch. 1 person on Periscope. Welcome.
Ooh.
Say hello in the chat, please. Let us know who you are, how you found us. But I warn you, you must forget all worldly things and think only of your art and your master. He's like, ooh.
Everything.
It sounds like he's going for Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah. Or gaslighting. There's
Both.
yeah, there's a lengthy thing about how she was an orphan who had been adopted by a musician in Switzerland or something. I think Switzerland, and raised to be a singer and a musician. And her beloved adopted father died and told her that musicians know when they've achieved greatness when they're visited by the angel of music. And somehow this guy knew that, so he visits her as a disembodied voice and says that he's the angel of music. Yeah, she's messed up with grief, and he takes advantage of that.
Yeah, and they play that up a lot in the Angel of
Mhm.
Music, like that.
Yeah.
The
So
key thing.
twisted.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Mhm.
Don't do chat, people watching, don't do anything that Phantom does. That's not normal, it's not healthy. You're a bad person if
Yeah.
you do it.
Yeah. John Mitchell on Periscope says, "Hi, I'm from Scotland. I was scrolling down. Glad to have you.
Cool.
Whoa.
Scotland, that's awesome.
Amazing trapdoors. Whoa!"
It's got quite a little spring into it.
Yeah, it does. Let's see.
The following day, in a garden near the Opera House.
Durham Steve said, "I enjoy horror silent and comedy silent. Last month I watched a Harold Lloyd silent called The Kid Brother, which is great story and unbelievable stunts by Lloyd." Yeah, Lloyd was known for that. Lloyd was actually missing, I think, 2 fingers on one of his hands, and he always wore a glove because of it. And yet he still did all these stunts where he was gripping and swinging off of things.
They like kitties in this movie. There's another
Yeah.
kitty, and it's a different kitty.
Yeah, you're right.
keep it
Somebody liked cats. One of the first silent films that Edison made, and pretty much everybody who experimented with early film, they would make films of somebody dancing or making faces or whatever, and almost always the second or third time they would experiment with film, they would point the camera at a cat. So it's,
We've been
um,
obsessed with cat videos since
right.
the beginning.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Um,
Egyptians on their walls.
Dr. Weeb says, when I was a kid, there was still an old theater in my neighborhood just down the street from our central neighborhood shopping area that still had the orchestra pit. They still did an occasional silent film there with volunteer orchestras. Closed down when I was around 5. Was a beautiful old style theater. That's great that you got to see something like that. I at an experimental cinema in Houston called um, the Aurora Picture Show back about 20 years ago. One evening they showed, let's see, who is the mysterious master who makes you bow to his command? One evening they showed, oh, that's Christine. I actually didn't recognize her. But
Yeah, she got to leave the
yeah.
theater.
You remember how when we were children, my father used to tell us of the spirit of music?
Hey, it's what you were talking about.
Yeah. The
He came and visited me.
there was one evening at the Aurora Picture Show. They showed oh, what's that German expressionist film? My Father in Heaven has interceded, has sent me the spirit of music. That expressionistic film, that German horror film, I forget what it's called.
Nosferatu?
No, not Nosferatu. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Oh,
One
that
evening
was
they
so
showed
cool.
that, and they had a live theremin player for
Ooh,
it,
cool.
and it was really bizarre. It was really, really interesting. And on Facebook a few years ago, I saw the woman's name, and I said to her, "Were you that woman who played the theremin at that show?" And she said, "Yes, and never again." It was a great experience, but I never want to do that again. Apparently, it was really hard.
I
Okay.
believe it.
Mademoiselle Carlotta was strangely ill on Wednesday night, and Christine Daae sang Marguerite. Backstage at the opera, there were vague rumors of the Phantom. Vague rumors.
There's always vague rumors of the Phantom.
Yeah.
Back already, Cat? But I just put my hands under the blanket because it's cold. I got a hand heater now. So is she wearing a wig right now? Because her
I
hair was
guess.
really dark and that. Okay.
I
I
guess.
just want to make sure I'm not crazy.
Yeah. Dr. Dweeb says the cinema sat abandoned for 15 years before it was torn down, and they built a Denny's.
Aw, that's a
Oh.
waste of
Yeah, he
something
says-
That's
pretty.
sad.
He said that lasted less than a decade, and that shut down. They tore it down and built condos. I shall win her back.
There's a theremin player in the Tacoma, Seattle area that does shows.
Yeah.
I've seen her play a few times. It's really neat.
Yeah. He says I shall win her back, and every other part of her too. But who
He
occupies?
did make fun of
box
her
five?
while she was saying that my father sent me a spirit
yeah.
of music.
Okay, the woman who manages box 5 says, "I don't know. They say it's the Phantom."
Oh, that's what they are, Cherry. I think I've seen the same person play because I have seen a theremin played.
Okay, the
and
box.
It's the scary noise thing.
The box long stood in a foreigner's name. The Phantom presents credentials but hides his face and will not speak. Dr. Dweeb says also, West Seattle. That's where I grew up, and the theater was there.
Oh, that's super cool.
And there's lots of condos, so who knows exactly where it was.
Right?
Okay, the new
Did
manager.
you see the
said they
ghost?
Oh, it's Darth Vader. Good lord.
I was thinking it was
Yeah.
Vader too.
Yeah.
Cloth Vader. Cloth Vader.
We all had the same thought.
Nobody knows how to work with plastics yet.
Okay, these guys giving
They're like,
each
"You know what?
making
There's
faces at
somebody in
each
the
other.
box." Oh, is
He's
he gone now?
gone. Yeah.
Yes, he's gone.
In the book, nobody ever sees him. They never even see the back of a head or anything, but they hear his voice in the box.
which would be hard to convey in silent movies.
Yeah, right.
So I think for the medium, the film
Yeah.
style this is done in,
Yeah.
that was a good choice.
Yeah. Moved as by celestial inspiration, Christine reached her triumph in the immortal trio, an angelic voice of spiritual splendor. In the book, Carlotta refused to give in to the threats, and she sang that night. And but every time she opened her mouth, there was this tremendous croaking sound, like a frog sound.
Yeah,
And,
they did that in the Angel of Music too,
did
and
they?
it was great.
Look how
Sets
tall.
for operas are
Yeah,
insane.
look how tall that the set is, and how many layers there are. There are. Oh, look at that. There are
Like
layers,
4 or
layers, and
5.
layers of scrims going all the way back that are being lowered and raised all the time, and there have to be people backstage doing all that with ropes.
Mm-hmm.
The Metropolitan Theater House was amazing to see all the sets. I went for a drama club in high school,
Mhm.
so we got to do like a whole backstage tour and
Mhm.
everything, and it's just the
Mhm.
caliber of the shows
Yeah.
they do is insane.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
I agree with Durhan. In the 20s through the 40s, studios knew how to build awesome crypt and castle sets.
Mhm.
That is true. That is the truth.
So Christine is passed out on stage at the end of the performance.
At least she waited until it was over.
Yeah, and the guy in the devil costume carries her off.
She sold her soul to the devil.
I like that tremendous feather he's got in his cap there.
It is a very good feather in his cap.
You'll poke your eye out.
Somebody's eye when he turns his head and
Yeah.
smacks him in the.
Yeah, what was he about to put scissors in her eye? What was he about to do?
Probably smelling salts.
Yeah.
Oh, Rule wants to see his girlfriend.
Doesn't know she passed out though, right? He was in the audience.
Yeah.
Didn't even bring her flowers.
That is actually not a good thing if you're a performer.
What?
You always give your loved ones who's performing flowers, especially if it's like a debut thing like this.
Yeah. And the Durham Steve is pointing out that all these staircases, no handrails.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we all had better balance back then, apparently.
Monsieur, who are you? He's like, I'm Raoul.
Did you hit your head?
Just a tad bit.
Look at that guy's eyes bulging.
The doctor's like, get out, get out, get out. Just go, just go. You're distressing her. Go, leave.
I see silent video images and I look at the women's makeup and I'm like, God, you have to have so much makeup for this to transition
Yeah,
the way it does, or to translate this way. I just can't imagine how much makeup they actually have on.
Yeah. The earliest television cameras had that problem. People had to put on like pancake makeup and black lipstick, and that didn't last very long because TV cameras got really good really quick.
And color.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't do very well with color. All of the lead makeup.
Yeah.
Well, she's in the theater, so maybe the lead makeup's already gone to her, her head.
Oh, there's that wig you were wondering about.
There's my confirmation.
The director actually put that scene in there, just a few seconds of seeing her wig coming off. That was interesting that he chose to put that in there. He didn't need to.
That's
Now
one thing
she's
I don't
alone.
like about silent movies is there's so much that's like completely unnecessary.
He heard a voice, a man's voice. Christine, tonight I place the world at your feet. Raoul doesn't like this.
Christine's voice replied, "Master, how shall I know?"
I get that they have to tell a story with the visuals, Cherry, but sometimes it's unnecessary. That was my issue with Nosferatu. It was like 5 minutes of watching sheep wander. I'm like, really? I started fast forwarding through it because I was like, are you done yet? No. Are you done yet? Still no?
Yeah. Okay, Raoul heard this voice say that soon the spirit will take form and demand your love, and Raoul is saying, okay, I know this is a guy now. I know this isn't a spirit.
The sheep are symbolic.
For a bad man. Oh, that's a really cool looking building. I miss the old marquise.
So in the Angel of Music, she has a secret door in her room, and she never actually leaves her room. So Raoul goes in there and is like, "Where did she go?"
Right.
The dance mistress goes in there. Where did she go?
I think that happens later. I think as I recall in the book, there is this scene where he sees her leave and then goes looking for the voice and doesn't find anything. But then later there's a scene where she,
Ah, the death.
Yeah, he discovers the secret door later on. Hey, Simon the scene shifter has found...
They really...
I think it's Joseph, isn't it? Because Joseph sees his face and they kill him.
Oh, quick, the stranglers work again.
I feel like somebody does see him and ends up getting killed in the TV or the movie one I saw as well.
Yeah.
He's hanging out.
Shenlong is here. Hi, Shenlong. Thanks for coming. Always good to see you.
The shadow's gone. Is the body gone?
It was there. The body is gone. I saw the body dangling in the air.
I'm being that annoying backseat driver in the movies. But why that? What's happening? I don't know. I'm watching it with you.
Oh, they actually found the body. In the book, the body was legit gone. And they didn't find it for... I don't remember if they ever found it. If they did, it was a long time later. My brother, my poor Joseph, he knew too much about the Phantom. Yeah, you were right. It was Joseph.
That's what you get for talking. And taking the little ballerinas down to check out his haunt.
Yeah. The Phantom doesn't...
I think that would be an awesome haunt.
The Punjab Lasso, the Strangler's Cord. The Punjab Lasso. Assassin, hide yourself in the deepest shadows, but I shall find you out. What was I gonna say? I was gonna tell a tremendously funny story.
Such a tragic death, you heartless man.
I was gonna tell a killer anecdote. Another discordant note in the lives of the opera management.
See, these guys are really regretting buying this place now. You've got a diva that is kind of a pain in the butt because she's a diva, and some phantom that just controls everything else.
If you appear tomorrow night, you must be prepared for great misfortune. Therefore, I advise you to be ill. The Phantom. Oh, are they still going to do...
There's a way to get out of work. Why didn't I ever think about that?
Cherry says, is the Phantom the assassin? Well, yes, Cherry. Christine Dia's friends are plotting against me, but I will sing tomorrow in spite of them.
Uh-oh.
Wish. Phantom is the bad guy.
Yeah, Cherry says...
You don't want to be him.
Cherry says, oh, I thought like the Phantom was a good guy. Okay, so, wow, that would be a whole different thing. If there was a murderer loose in the opera house and the Phantom saved the day.
I've seen some takes on it where he's kind of like an anti-hero kind of thing. Where he is like misunderstood and he's just trying to, keep the opera house in business. But yeah, it's his home.
Yeah. Gasp. My dear managers, the role of Marguerite shall be sung again tomorrow evening by Christine Daae instead of Carlotta. P.S. If you refuse this, you will present Faust in a house with a curse on it. Yikes.
Which is
Scary.
scary because Faust is the one where he goes to hell.
Right. The
That's a hard one to read. I
Yeah.
did try reading that.
Yeah. One of the little details at the office of Monsieur Faré, prefect of police. One of the details they're leaving out here is that the Phantom was he was sending the managers letters all the time, demanding that they pay him an allowance of like thousands of dollars a month. And the previous managers had been doing that.
And probably the managers before them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a way to make some money.
What's he gonna spend it on? He doesn't go anywhere.
Fancy clothes, roses, things to seduce women with.
A killer pipe organ.
Yeah, that shit ain't cheap. You gotta get it tuned and everything.
Well, especially if it's in the basement, it's probably not like very dry and good for musical equipment down there.
There was an intercut there of the Phantom talking to himself, I guess. So for the present, my identity must remain a secret. Following evening, in spite of every warning, Carlotta appeared as Marguerite.
Probably the best way to depict that is the Phantom talking.
I guess.
I wonder how they're gonna have her use her voice or whatever in this, because they can't actually.
Dr. Dweeb, thank you for the $25 donation. Very generous.
Uh-oh.
Very generous. And the new managers, all the crews, they sat in box 5. Yeah. Wow. Ballsy.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs. So with Doc Dweeb's donation, that brings us to, let's see, 25.
Are you at 60? Because you had the $5
Yeah,
one before?
Right. Yeah, we're at 60. So far, so good for a house with a curse on it. Ha 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 ha. Statler and Waldorf. Yes, Eric.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
President, Vice President, 2020.
Yeah. For an opera house with a curse on it. While on the wings, Christine resumed her position as understudy to Carlotta. I'm drinking from my Saturday public domain Movie Fest mug.
Oh, Raoul is called to come to pay a call on her.
Yeah. He's like, you remember me now? Okay, she's writing.
That was a lot of writing.
Yeah.
On a little card, too.
Hard, and it's gonna be no.
Dr. Dweeb says he's getting static with the voice of my co-hosts. I'm not getting static, but they're not perfect. But I'm having...
I know my stream earlier, just a few hours ago, was having issues, so it could be
Okay.
Twitch.
Is it just their voices, Dr. Dweeb?
That's crazy.
And I'm having no trouble hearing either of your voices. I cannot explain, but you must never attempt to see me again, Christine.
Oh, at least it wasn't no.
I love you. Go away. Cherry's not even hearing us. It's probably Twitch.
That's not good.
No, I almost decided to end my stream mid-process because I was like,
Yeah. Okay, so Cherry hasn't been hearing us talk at all this whole time? That's crazy.
Was earlier. Because we were having conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, fantastic.
Eric said had to turn off no script. I don't know what that means. Suddenly a great voice filled the auditorium, drowning singer's orchestra in a mighty cataract of tone.
Oh, Cherry, I love you. Oh, wait, you mean this? I heard that.
Oh, they had her. Oh, they had a chandelier drop. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, everybody
Instead of
sees it
making
coming.
noise.
People saw it coming. Apparently, there was a time at the Paris Opera House where the chandelier did fall and killed people.
Yeah, yeah.
They
I've
just killed
heard about that
people.
too.
If they survived, I would be really surprised because those things are heavy.
Yeah, and that thing is like a God. It would be like a. It would be like a what am I gonna say? What am I trying to say? Like a sailing ship falling on you, like a
Yeah.
like a huge boat falling on you.
Yeah. The devil's come to save the day, though.
Oh, this must be the Daroga character that I was mentioning before. He's wearing the fez.
Oh, the investigator guy.
No, this is the guy who knew the Phantom from when they were younger in the Middle East. And he told much of the story to the investigator. You know,
Okay.
like 20 years later or whenever. Yeah, this must be him. This is the guy who was talking to the police, right? Uh-oh. Wow. Daggers.
The chase scene.
Morbid says, I quit? Why'd you say that?
Cherry's name right in chat. I tried twice
Okay.
and I sucked
Oh, I see.
twice.
Okay.
So I quit.
I was like, but I still see you here.
No, if I was gonna quit like that, I would have already been like
Yeah.
upset, throwing a fit,
Yeah.
making an utter embarrassment out of myself.
Okay. Okay,
Oh,
so
you're
Raul has hidden himself in the room before Christine gets back to the room after the performance. He's gonna find out what's going on.
Go bug daddy. Daddy will give you love. I'm busy. Yeah, I'm busy.
Again, Raul heard the magic of that imperious voice commanding her. We've still got our viewer on Periscope.
Oh, bitch, really? The cat just said, no, I'm not going
Okay.
anywhere but on your lap. Really? There's like no room for you. I'm under the table.
Oh, she
Welcome to my life and how my streams go lately. What is it? Are you neglected?
Christine says, I am ready, master. Oh boy. Walk to your mirror, my dear. Have no fear.
Oh wait, I'm encouraging your bad behavior. No, go away.
As the audience, we knew that that mirror was there the whole time. We saw her use it
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
No magic for you, sir.
It's a one-way mirror.
Those of you who are here for the first time, please say hello in the chat and let me know how you found us. Our visitor on Periscope from Scotland, I'm glad you're still with us. Give us a follow on Twitch. If you would,
I like
please.
how she's all like, this is the most cool, amazing thing I've ever
Yeah.
seen. And
She looks so high.
Uh-oh.
her face makeup.
Of the opera is here.
I can't see you. I need my glasses. Oh,
You're touching me, but you're still too far.
that is a hideous mask.
Yeah.
It looks like he tried it to make it be like an actual human being's face.
Yeah.
Oh,
Christine,
that's
it is
so
I,
creepy.
your master. Looks like one of those Devo baby masks.
And the fringe on the bottom when he moves as he's
Yeah.
breathing.
I don't like
Yeah.
it. It's like Texas Chainsaw stuff.
Oh, it's creepy. I think she's like, I don't want to go now. You're creepy.
Look not upon my mask, think rather of my devotion, which has brought you the gift of song.
That fringe kind of looks like a lace front wigs texture.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, she's
you
gonna
gonna
pass out.
faint?
She gonna pass out? Yep.
Nope, nope.
Yeah. Yeah. Timber. Dang it.
Jeez.
Somehow she's still upright. Is her skirt so stiff that she can just like stand upright but still be passed out?
Hands are moving. Oh, there she goes. I think she just passed out.
Talk about some
Maybe the actor wasn't strong enough to actually carry her that far and they couldn't find an appropriate stunt double.
There is
I'm busy. Go away.
there has been piano music playing this whole time. Are the two of you hearing the piano music?
Yeah, it's there. It's quiet.
Yeah.
very quiet.
Okay, just a
But
second.
it's a silent movie, so
Yeah.
we're the entertainment.
I
That's why
try-
everybody's here anyways.
I turned it up a little bit. Wow, look at all these these ramps and galleries.
Okay, it's fitting a horse
Yeah.
and a person on the horse.
The Phantom's
Like
last line of defense, a deep lake formed of seepage from the River Seine. Seepage.
I wouldn't want to be near that lake.
That's a disgusting
At
word.
least
Seepage.
You don't have to worry about mosquitoes, right? Mickey, the world is fine. You are not ignored. You are so loved. You're so spoiled. You don't have to be on my lap all the time.
Cherry
You're not
says,
helping right now.
Cherry says, do you think the Phantom and Dracula would be good neighbors or bad neighbors? I think they would hate each other because they'd be chasing after the same women.
Yeah.
Or they'd keep to themselves.
I mean, there is a possibility of like a truce because
Yeah.
Dracula is in the sewers and tunnels all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Dracula's asleep during the day?
And Dracula's almost immortal, so he would have a lot more money.
Yeah.
I think that they would be beneficial for them to be friends.
If Dracula hates organ music, look out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, has this area been blessed? Like if it used to be a church or was a church at one point and somebody blessed it, he would be able to go there.
Yeah. One of the things that I liked about that Van Helsing movie from 15 years ago,
The one with Hugh Jackman?
with Hugh Jackman. One of the few things that I liked about that, and it turned out there was a similar plot device in Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, which I only saw a month ago. I like the idea that Dracula had been secretly funding Dr. Frankenstein's experiments.
Oh, interesting.
That was a really neat idea, putting them all in the same universe like that.
It's like get out of the boat. Just get.
I haven't seen any of the Albert the words Costello stuff, but I have them on my Universal Monsters collection.
It was well made. It wasn't particularly funny. I personally don't think Abbott and Costello are funny. It was interesting because it had so many of the monster stars in it. It had Bela Lugosi. It had Lon Chaney Jr.
It doesn't look like my kind of movie, so I just
Yeah.
haven't. I wanted the classics. I didn't care about everything else it came with. I just wanted the original.
It was well made. It was very well photographed. I was impressed with how well it was made. The sets were amazing. Actual Frankenstein and Dracula movie quality.
Nice. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
watch it. I'll probably won't. There's too many things on my list.
Not enough hours in the day. See, now he's just being super creepy.
Yeah.
I really don't like the mask they picked for him.
It is so creepy. Ugh.
I would be like, nope, I'm out. I would have left a long time ago.
Seen the
This is what I would have been like, I quit.
face on them?
Because I
Have her. Oh no, we don't want to go there.
Yeah, Dr. Dweeb says next he'll ask her if he can have her underwear. Yeah, or take
Back
pictures of
then,
her.
it was a lot of underwear when
Yeah.
it was underwear.
Yeah, and take pictures of her feet.
Oh god, if he sees her ankles or her knees.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Scandalous.
I remember back in the 1970s, there was a 100-year-old man on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and he said, you know, back before there were movies or anything, what would you and your friends do for fun? He said, my friends and I would stand on the street corner when it rained, because women would walk by and have to hike up their skirts to step over the mud puddles, and we would see their ankles. And Johnny Carson, yeah, and Johnny Carson said, and then what would you do? And he would say, well, we saw their ankles. I mean, he yelled it out loud. He said, we saw their ankles. So that was it. That was.
See how white her ankle was?
Yeah.
Did you see her stocking was falling down?
I know, right? The shape of that calf, man. Mm-mm.
That's too high. That's way above the ankle.
Richter
Well,
came
maybe-
in. Richter, hi Richter, how you doing? This is one of my friends from the Seattle Online Broadcasters Association. He'll be co-hosting one of the films later this month.
Oh, cool. God, his mask it creeps me
Yeah.
out so much.
That's why he needed all the money, Durham, so that he could pay somebody to do that.
Yeah. It keeps me mindful of that other dreamless sleep that cures all ills forever. Well, that's not.
Death.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
That mask's not creepy at all.
Yeah.
Still, not creepy.
There was another subplot in the book. You are the Phantom. Oh, really? She's okay. Oh, okay. Okay, all this time she was thinking he was the angel of music. If I am the Phantom, is it because man's hatred has made me so? Okay, the sob story.
Everyone busts out the world's smallest violin.
Yeah. There was a, if I shall be saved, it will be because your love redeems me. Okay. Yeah, putting all the pressure on the girl. There was a, every time I start to say it, men once knew me as Eric, but for many years I have lived in these cellars, a nameless legend. Okay. The Phantom. The Phantom. There's one of the subplots in the book was that there was another vision that people were seeing in the cellars all the time. It was a flaming skull that they would see floating along in the dark corridors, and that turned out to be the rat catcher, who would go through who would go through the all the tunnels every night with a flaming bucket of pitch or whatever to smoke out the rats.
Yeah, and if you're already in the mindset of it's going to be the Phantom, you're
Yeah.
going to see what you want to
Yeah.
see.
Eric is my name. Oh.
Yeah, Eric is my name.
The giant boat bed.
Yeah. See, he had to pay somebody for that.
And it looks like it's gold encrusted, even though
Yeah.
it's black and white. So that shit ain't cheap, and that shit doesn't float.
All like hand carved and stuff, and all the extra fabric.
Hmm.
This is where all that money went, all the thousands and thousands that he
Yeah.
got. Like I told you, seduce
Yeah.
the ladies.
Yeah. Because
It's not-
everybody gesticulating while they're talking. Christine Daae disappears. Opera singer mysteriously vanishes following chandelier disaster. Another phantom tragedy.
Oh, Rebel's not happy.
Why aren't your police doing something?
Mademoiselle Daae. Is that the MLLE stands for?
I
I'm
tell
just
you,
making
she
an
vanished.
educated guess.
I tell you, she vanished
God.
through the wall of her dressing room.
You cray cray, you've been smoking too much.
Not enough.
If you won't aid me,
You
I'll
just-
go by myself.
You hide your high better than she does.
Yeah.
Do it, Raul. Do it. Go find her.
If I don't come back, I found a hole in the wall and I disappeared. Come find me.
I broke the guy's mirror, and so there's going to be a lot of bad luck because that is a big mirror.
Vague horrors. Not specific horrors.
big ones.
It's all the seepage from the
Yeah, the
stain.
seepage.
It's still on her dress and it's on the bed. Ew, that just, oh, my germophobic is freaking out now. Why did I think that?
I don't know. Why would you think that?
Because I'm a germaphobe and I just messed up my contact. This is not good.
My favorite use of the word seepage on an early episode of Cheers. I think it was in the first season. Oh, look at this. He bought her shoes.
Everybody knows your
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. But Carla was talking about her ex-husband and how she was gonna she agreed to do something with him, and Diane said, "Carla, this is the man that you once referred to as seepage." And I was like, "Wow, that's great."
Oh,
That was a great line.
he's already got a wedding dress for
Yeah.
her and a bunch of jazzy shoes.
Yeah.
Always let the woman pick that stuff out, seriously.
And I agree with Eric. They need Inspector Clouseau.
Oh, he's got monogram mirrors?
Dang. He went all
Told
out.
you, gotta seduce the ladies. Just keeps proving my point from earlier.
Yeah. He's been working on this for years. He has all this stuff prepared.
It makes me concerned because when did she start with the ballet or the
Yeah.
chorus? Like she
You are
probably early teens.
You are in no peril as long as you do not touch the mask. You will be free as soon as your love, the spirit. Finish reading that. Just don't touch the mask.
It's not
I
syndrome.
think back then it didn't matter as much as it does now.
What didn't matter? I'm sorry.
The age thing Carissa was
Oh
pointing
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Which I don't agree with now, but I think it was
yeah,
no one seemed to care.
yeah. She was very young, but he has spent years visiting her as a disembodied voice, teaching her voice lessons and music lessons under the spell of his music, Bewitched.
Like music's amazing and everything, but I don't know if it's quite that amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe her corset's just too tight.
Oxygen deprivation can make you hallucinate.
I bet this is happening.
Metaluna Juan came in. Glad to see you. We have 10 viewers now. 9 on Twitch, 1 on Periscope. Okay, now he told her not to touch the mask. Don Juan Triumphant. This is an original composition that Eric has been working on all this time. And
Do not look. Do
Yeah,
not touch
he
me.
doesn't want anyone to see it. Since first I saw your face, this music has been singing to me of you and of Love Triumphant.
So I saw this other version of this movie, and it was a horror movie version. The actor that did Freddy Krueger was in it.
Really?
Over England?
Yes, and Don Juan Triumphant was the magic seed that would keep the Phantom immortal.
What, the music? The music was the
Yes.
magic? Okay. So he
Yes.
had to keep
Okay.
playing it? Is...
Playing it would make him turn into like the Phantom.
Oh, okay.
And of course, it was a horror movie, so he'd go on a murderous rampage.
Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. I think this is the famous... Okay.
I think
Okay.
it's still too early. We've almost to the halfway point, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I don't know if it's worse. Like, is the mask worse or
He's
his
The
actual?
mask
Pointing.
is worse. The mask is worse. But that jump in that face, that was like,
yeah.
ah!
Okay, this is supposed to be terrifying, ladies.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the way I understand it, Lon Chaney did all of his makeup himself. He designed the mask and the whole look of it and everything.
Masked Singer unmasked.
It was probably, it was scarier a longer time ago.
No, I still think it's great makeup. It's iconic.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
But I just wasn't expecting that.
Okay.
The expression was not right for that.
Yeah. And the pointing his finger and walking down the stairs.
Yeah.
Like, I told you not to do that.
Yeah. And as Metal Luna says, this is basically from a century ago. So yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to be the Phantom of the Opera for Halloween, Wiki? Death wish, I know.
If you love me, let me go. I promise to be your slave forever. I promise anything, just let me go. Yeah, I think. I believe.
Ow! Cat! Cat, no! You are getting locked out of this room! I will be right back.
I think with the makeup and prosthetics that were available back at that time, I think he did hurt himself quite a bit. But remember, you are mine, and you shall not see your lover again. If you break your promise, then it is death to you both. Yeah, Eric says, how can she be his slave if he lets her go?
Thanks for your patience with that. The claws involved in that jump? Nope, we're done.
Yeah. Okay, Juan says, is this the version that has some color scenes? Not that I'm aware of. I downloaded this some time ago, and I've actually not watched it through. Yeah, Dr. Weeb says he'll put a tracking device on her. Yeah.
Well, she's hypothetically, she's really busy practicing and rehearsing and stuff for the opera.
Yeah.
So she's not really going anywhere.
Yeah, she's not going to disappear.
And you got the tunnels and the catacombs underneath the cities.
Mm-hmm. I swear it, I shall never see him again.
That's what she thinks.
I do love her dress.
In the midst of his frantic search for Christine, Raoul received a mysterious message. Okay, that's never good. Yeah, we're a little over halfway through. We still have 45 minutes to go. The donation link just came up in the Twitch chat there. The Street Studio is a nonprofit. We rely on donations. Although I gave my word never to see you again, I must. I will be at the mask ball tomorrow night, but not alone. Beware. Durham Steve said he once played a man with one leg, and the way he bound his leg up with his foot on his butt to look like the leg was gone looks painful. Oh, I'm sure it was. And this is just the foyer. This is just the entry hall to the opera house.
Or at least some kind of cool suite of all the different costumes and stuff.
Yeah. No, it was a clown falling down the stairs. What was that all
There's
about?
a party I'd like to go to.
Yeah.
This might be our only Halloween party this year, guys.
I was thinking about having the final day of this film festival, the one with Creature from the Black Lagoon and Godzilla. I was thinking of combining that with a virtual costume contest. People could send photos and videos. Do you want me to?
Do it. I was gonna put a costume piece on for today. I have a bit. I just keep forgetting to put things on.
My specification is I got like spiders and stuff.
Yeah. The house where I'm living right now is completely surrounded by actual spiders, so I don't need to decorate with. No, seriously. When I leave the house, I have to do this out the door to make sure
the magic instant ninja. Like
Yeah,
you try to leave it,
yeah.
you have to. But yeah.
And
Oh, oh,
Keith, you have a Discord, so I highly encourage the costume contest. You have a place where people
Okay,
can submit their photos
okay.
and share.
All right. And tell your followers about it then. I'll set
will
up
do.
a.
Have you guys watched James Ralph's Cinemassacre Movie Madness reviews? I have not.
I've seen a few of them.
I
Beneath your
haven't.
dancing feet are the tombs of tortured men. Thus does the Red Death rebuke your merriment. Rebuke your merriment.
I'm dressed up as Red Death for the Roaring Twenties Halloween party.
Says that sounds like the voice I heard in your dressing room. Ah, he's put two and two together. He's like, darn it.
I like a snake biting the skull. Oh no, everyone's fainting. Run, run, run! Death is looking for them.
Yeah. Don't let him see us together, Raoul, or it is death to us both. High above Paris on the roof of the opera. Oh, this is going to be some Batman stuff here.
Oh,
This is going to
yeah,
be some
I
serious.
like Batman. Apparently, there's bats in my neighborhood. I didn't know this until one flew in my garage, and now we're changing neighborhoods, and I'm all sad because I didn't know they were there.
There are bats literally everywhere.
Yeah. If you want bats, you can build a little bat house and
Yeah.
they will come and live in it.
So I can have pet bats and pet chickens at my new house. Oh my god, life is amazing.
Are we alone, Raoul? Can anyone overhear what we say? There are more species of bat than any other kind of mammal. Bats are one of the oldest branches of mammals in existence. They appeared like right after the dinosaurs. Oh yeah, this is some Batman stuff. Look at this. The flowing cape and the mask of the Red Death.
Oh, that is visually cool though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen the Phantom!
And it made me faint and pass out for 2 days.
I hear him right now.
Yeah. He's a monster, a loathsome beast. You must save me from it, Raoul. Save me. The link in the donation link just came up in the Twitch chat. That's where you can make donations, and there's also a merchandise store where you can get one of these in addition to many other things. Mademoiselle Carlotta, under the spell of his curse, will never sing again. Tomorrow I take her place in Faust. After the performance, you must take me away, far away.
In a galaxy far, far away, where the Phantom of the Opera does not exist, but the Phantom Menace does.
She'll be at the stage where we shall fly to England. We'll fly?
Oh, maybe on like a or something?
Yeah, he ditched the mask.
Okay, his face is pretty gruesome. I don't know if the mask is helping at all.
Yeah.
I like his natural face more than the mask. She has betrayed me!
Did you for being a nosy Nelly? Jeez.
They're like, do you hear some guy yelling? It sounds real close.
But logically, we don't think about looking up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've been up there before, all you know is that there's those angel statues up there.
Yeah, I've seen Juan. I've seen those film clips of that Red Death costume walking through the crowd. I didn't know it was from this movie.
It's an amazing costume.
Yeah.
It is. They did a really good rendition of it in the Angel of Music, also.
Did they?
Ooh, ooh la la. Kissing the neck, holding the hands. That's pretty risque, man.
Not until she shows the ankle.
I mean, she was basically wearing pajamas on stage. I'm sure everybody has seen her ankles.
Everybody's still partying.
There's a lot of ankles in this shot.
And knees. So immodest.
I need a cold showered.
Okay.
They filmed the Red Death costume scene and the roof scene in color, even though most prints are in black and white.
Okay, this guy tells them not this way, that way. Okay, they're like, okay, we don't know who this guy is, but it's a good idea to.
You know, if some stranger tells you to take a different route, I
Yeah.
would probably do it.
They would definitely all be stoned in the Middle East. But this is in France, so. That was the ghost!
That was the Opera Ghost.
It's
Oh! Is
What?
that Simon the scene shifter? I think it is. He's the comic relief. Born during the Boulevard Massacre, self-educated musician and master of black art, exiled to Devil's Island for criminal insane, escaped now at large. Just the name Eric. Eric wanted.
He
That
didn't
was
have a lot-
yeah. This is your man, Monsieur the Prefect, the Phantom of the Opera. I thought it said this is your mom. At first.
matters. Everybody. Font matters.
Font matters. But that was not Eric's backstory in the book. He was not escaped from a lunatic asylum and wanted by the police. Not at all.
I don't think that's what it was in the Angel of Music, or well, in the other one I saw he was a murderer. So
I think you've seen a lot of them, so it's hard to keep them straight.
Yeah.
I know in one he was like a military man that got out of the military, but because some accident happened to his face, he rejoined society.
I'll tell you in the novel, spoiler, his origin is more like the X-Men. He was born with his face like that. And he and his mother grew up alone with his mother, and she had a terrible time raising him, and then she died, and he became a genius architect, and he built palaces for kings in the Middle East, and he learned to use that Punjab lasso that the guy was talking about, and he had a hand in designing and building the opera house here. And he put in all the secret passages. That's why he knows everything about this building. That he knows things that nobody else does.
Yeah, that does a much better job.
Similar to the Elephant Man. Yeah, he had a birth defect.
Yeah. In the book, he's described more as just having no face. There's no nose, just an open hole where his nose should be, and his teeth showing, just no skin on his face.
And it's pretty obvious that they tried to replicate that as best he could with current technology.
Actor who has a nose makes it hard to do makeup that it's not there. Because that would just get CG'd out now.
Yeah.
So Michael Jackson after all his plastic surgery.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
The conductor furiously waving his arms and not hearing any music.
Because I don't think the music's matching the conductor.
Yeah.
Oh, Raoul's visiting her.
Yep. The maid is gonna go tattle on him.
probably.
There's that wig again. I've heard his voice once more, Raoul. He knows our plan. Everything. Durham. Steve says drapery was really popular in the 20s.
Yeah.
Once asked, are you showing all horror this month? Monster movie.
Yeah, this is Famous Monsters Month. Immediately after Phantom of the Opera, we're going to show Dracula, the 1931 Spanish version. And next week, we'll be showing Frankenstein and the Mummy. Believe in my lover will save me from that monster.
Oh no.
I like the fact that she's not she's not being shown as falling for the Phantom or having sympathy for him.
Yeah.
She's just obeying and doing what he says.
Yeah. Because in the book there was no romance between her and the Phantom either. I always got the impression that in the musicals that there was supposed to be some sort of relationship between the two of them. Metaluna Wan says, awesome, I'm glad you're coming over to the dark side. Well, I'm not going to be showing any... Yeah. Morbid is saying, muhahaha. I'm not going to be showing any gore films. Yeah, I'm not going to be... yeah, this is all going to be classic Universal Monsters horror kind of stuff.
I don't think you can show that unless it's a Prime watch party.
Yeah.
On the Twitch stuff.
Yeah.
Showtime.
Which I think you can get around the community standards because it's technically not showing on Twitch because you have to log into your account.
Oh, mysterious hand.
Oh.
Don't drink the bottles. They're not good for you.
Someone's gonna have a surprise on their lunch.
The other stuff was probably not good for you either, but that's definitely not good for you.
I wonder if capes will ever come back. I know some people that wear capes on a regular basis.
Heroes.
They're super cool. Oh, more like cloaks. I think cloak would probably be a better word.
Yeah.
You go to convention, you'll see a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
The Phantom is gonna whip this guy.
Oh no!
He's on the loo. Oh no, he's not on the loo. I was like, why is he wearing his pants if he's going to the bathroom?
Uh-oh. She...
I thought she was too.
Okay, she's having to keep singing, pretending like... Yeah, Steve says that was like a Bugs Bunny trick. If the lights go out and Christina's gone.
Oh no! Oh,
Magic.
I'm not gonna be happy about this.
Magic for phantoms.
Well, he does have those dark magics.
Oh, that's right. He went to like a school of dark magics or something.
Yeah, he was in prison and he has dark. Oh, he's exiled.
And all the stagehands are passed out.
They got roofied. You should never roofie anyone. We're gonna do PSAs a lot. Never roofie anybody. And don't pick out a woman's wedding dress. Like, no, let her do that.
I think I can take you to Christina Daria if you do exactly as I tell you. Okay, so the Daroga character is in this version, and he's playing the role that he did in the book. Who are you that knows the Phantom secrets and betrays them?
His best friend from childhood.
I am Ledoux of the Secret Police. I have studied this Phantom for months. Okay, no, they changed him. Yeah.
Yeah, and his character was in the Angel of Music.
Mm-hmm.
And the horror version that I watched. Although I think he was comic relief in the horror one. Oh, it's a button.
He's doing the hand the hand gesture, the magician's hand gesture.
You are now my slave.
You're getting sleepy.
I found his hiding place deep within the torture chambers where he himself was confined during the Second Revolution. Oh.
He's
That's-
still not confined though, because he could technically go out the front door if he really wanted to.
Yeah.
And it's probably connected to the catacombs and the sewers. He can go wherever he wants.
Keep your hand up. The strangler's noose coils quick. Yeah, keep your hand up next to your head. Here, walk this way.
How long can we keep our hands up like that?
Yeah. There they go walking.
Oh. Oh, he put his hand down. Something bad's gonna happen.
He's gonna get choked.
He's gonna tell him, keep your hand up.
Dude.
Something.
See, told you. Matter
Yeah.
of life and death. Gotta keep it up.
What happened to your camera, Angela?
I don't know what happened to Carissa because we both disappeared.
No, I see Carissa. I don't see you.
She disappeared too. My camera's fine. My camera's here.
I wonder if my camera went to sleep.
Okay, there you are. I saw Carissa the whole time. But,
I saw her disappear and like the mouse did some weird crazy shit. So
the discovery of this trapdoor cost Joseph Bouquet his life.
yeah, that's right. I didn't hold my hand above my head correctly,
Yeah,
so I got attacked by the phantom.
You gotta keep the hand up, yeah.
Let's fall down this hole, but we gotta keep our hands up.
I wonder how much of this these infernal devices they're gonna. Yeah, he puts his hand up real quick. The Phantom had really bizarre infernal machines built all down here.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
Probably to get good air for his organ. Kind of sad we're not going to get this like actual organ music for this.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the rat catcher scene.
I've never heard of that movie, Juan.
Phantom of the Paradise? Oh yeah, absolutely. It's from the it was from the mid 1970s. It's a variation on the Phantom of the Opera story.
Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
So similar themes. It was like a modernization of the story, with music by Paul Williams.
But not John Williams, so not as good, right?
No. Well, Paul Williams is the guy who composed the music for the Muppet movie.
I like him. He's good.
You lied to me.
I like Muppets.
You thought you and your lover could cheat the Phantom.
But you can't ever cheat the Phantom.
Ungrateful fool!
I showed Phantom of the Paradise on the big screen at the studio space. One evening, me and Miranda watched it. I shall see the evil spirit that matches. Metaluna wants says John Williams is overrated. He's trying to start a fight, I think. No longer like a toad in these foul cellars will I secret the venom of hatred, for you shall bring me love. What?
You can't make people love you like that. Dude. That's not how it works.
But that's how it works!
There was a friend of mine when we were kids. You should be near his hiding place now. When we were kids, we were really into the Star Wars soundtrack and the other stuff that John Williams did after that Superman soundtrack, and we were listening to that all the time. Then whoa!
That was quite a drop.
Yeah, plunge.
Put your hand up, though.
We have fallen into the room of many mirrors, an old torture chamber. The yeah, they're doing the full-on bit with the mirrored torture chamber, with the noose hanging in the center there. But this friend of mine, he started listening to classical music because of that, and he quickly decided that John Williams was a plagiarist and refused to listen to him anymore after that.
A lot of his stuff sounds a lot alike, especially the last few decades.
Yeah.
I blame that he does so many things for really long series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Raoul, my brother, where are you?
To be.
Say again?
There's that lever scene that keeps flashing
Yeah.
on screen. What is that for?
I think it's notifying him that people are walking through his traps or something.
Oh, okay.
It seems like we have callers. Yeah.
It's quieter than bells,
Yeah.
but it won't wake you up at night.
Actually, since this is silent, it might be going bong, bong, bong. We actually don't know.
If it's an full orchestra when they recorded it, we would have actually had that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, they would have been striking the tubular bells or something. Okay, the fandom leaps into action. Yeah, he's gonna kick somebody's ass. Look at this.
Walking in the seepage.
Yeah, in the
It's
sea.
just no.
Oh, he's just gonna
Like-
walk right across the bottom of the lake.
Oh, that cannot be good.
That's see, that's how a badass does it.
Oh, that's just so.
Yeah. Bong. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be clanging or ringing or something. Christine,
Can
can
you
you hear
hear
me?
me? Not over this infernal alarm system.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing all all of his tricks out of the book. Ah.
Splash. Fish splash. I was taking a bath.
In the seepage.
Yeah. Did the guy die instantly? Just fall in the water and boom, dead?
I don't know if we know yet.
Has she found she find a door? Okay. So are they just trapped in this little tiny room?
They're trapped in a room that shares a wall with the room that she's in, but it's got mirrors all around it, and it has sculptures that look like trees in it. So from their perspective, it looks like they're in an endless forest. At
Okay.
least that's what it's supposed to be.
Okay. Well, then
Movie
it's
magic.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. They just did some rewinding there.
Did they?
Look for the keys.
Keep my snorkeling tube here just in case I need it.
Skeleton.
But I forgot to leave the towel.
I love how he thinks that his mask is not any less disturbing than his actual
Yeah.
face.
Hey, shut up! Shut up!
I won.
Callers have departed. She's like, Jesus, you're soaking wet.
This is when you give her a big hug. Women love that.
You want a knee in someplace not nice.
We have 11 people watching, 10 on Twitch, 1 on Periscope.
Yeah, Eric, I was thinking the same thing. He did drive very fast. Or he's playing the organ in a
Yeah.
way.
He actually
He's
did.
playing wet.
Yeah, he's playing wet.
You could see the footsteps from
Yeah.
when he was walking.
Yeah, he did.
That there's wet footsteps.
Yeah, I did notice that too. He left the wet footsteps on the stairs. I've discovered the Phantom's hiding place. Tonight, my brother will be avenged.
Oh.
Yes, go steal while he's busy playing his music. He's super absorbed. Oh, and they weren't even on him. What kind of bad guy doesn't keep the keys like on his person?
One who hasn't had enough practice.
Being antisocial. Is she gonna use her feminine wiles to distract him? Apparently not.
Like, so Ledoux is like, I told you to shut up, stop yelling. Did you hear voices?
All the time. Don't you?
No, I oh, okay,
No,
okay. He's like, yeah, all right.
Don't believe you.
The way this this chamber is built and the passageway he's looking through to the other chamber looks exactly like it's described in the book. I would recognize it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I would recognize it just on sight. I would say this looks exactly like it's described in the book. Yeah, he turns up the heat in the room till it's unbearable.
Did they have heaters when this was made?
Well,
or is it just a giant fire?
he like reroutes steam pipes or something.
Okay.
Because the opera house,
fire's involved.
the opera house certainly has certainly has a coal room, a coal fire room, for heat and various effects.
Getting hot in here, so
Yeah.
take off all your clothes.
And they're doing it. I kind of now like in the news, like, I'm gonna leave them an easy way out.
That's what it's for. That's exactly what it's for. He would put people in there and then leave them there for so long, tortured for so long that they would kill themselves.
They actually used it as torture. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, it's not murder if they do it themselves.
Yeah.
I was kind. I gave them an option. Really full of himself.
Yeah. Yeah, for a deformed guy living in a seepage cellar, Eric really is full of himself, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, he's mad. That angry face.
You tricked me!
It's almost hard to tell if he's angry because he's got no eyebrows.
Okay, is there gonna be a mob scene? Like a Frankenstein mob scene?
I was thinking more Beauty of the Beast mob scene,
Yeah.
but I guess they're not going up in the building. They'd have to go down, so...
Yeah.
Like pitchforks and torches either. Oh, please.
Your answer quick. They can survive but a few moments.
I will do the most horrible thing I can think of. I shall kiss you.
Me?
Okay, no, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Sorry.
She didn't even try hard enough.
Oh, the film is on fire. What?
Oh, did a fire start?
Yeah, I do remember a part in the book where it was so hot that he started hallucinating.
I think that's what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And yes, I think it's beneath the French to carry torches and pitchforks. They probably do so
he
much
found-
in
he
the
found a-
opera that they don't want to.
He found an escape door. But darn it! I knew I shouldn't have put a secret escape hatch.
Oil the end. Oh, but now he's got that look on his face like there's crocodiles or piranhas or something.
I don't
underneath.
I don't think they escaped through a trap door in the book. I think
I'm just envisioning, I'll get you next time, my pretties!
yeah. I believe they ended up climbing out. I don't recall. I just don't recall. They did end up escaping. Gunpowder.
Goes boom.
So this, he was expecting water in the barrels, but it was gunpowder.
Night, Sherry.
Yeah, thank you for coming, Sherry. Always glad to have you. Yeah, he had
Play the music and the door is closed.
he had the cellars lined with barrels of gunpowder as an ultimate ultimate ploy to destroy the entire opera house if he had to. See, the guy's thinking ahead.
Can you just like be an actual decent human being and not blow up an entire building?
I think that's asking a bit much. I mean, he has no issues manipulating people, threatening them,
Yeah.
sabotaging. He's already murdered.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should start with the small things.
There's that cat again.
They like kitties.
Yeah.
Scorpion.
Yes,
or-
he needs lava and alligators. Oh wait, these bugs might count though.
Turn the grasshopper and the opera house is blown to 1,000 pieces. I'm impressed. They've included almost every
Oh.
detail from the book.
Torches. There's the torches.
Yeah.
They're not beneath it.
Like, oh, do I want to touch the icky scorpion or the grass?
Ah!
She's getting ready to blow up the opera house.
He's like, what is going on?
Tempted.
Wow.
Damn, look at those people. That's a
Yeah,
lot
look
of
at that. Look at that set. Amazing. I actually had to remind myself just now that this was made in Hollywood. This isn't a European film.
Oh, she's saving him. She's saving him. Oh, it's draining the lake. Dang.
There's so many extras in this, it makes you wonder if they did like practice takes or.
Yeah. Wow.
That doesn't look like it's saving them.
No, you're right. It doesn't look like it.
Saved.
You think she hears them? Help! Help me! Help!
I'll do anything you wish if you'll only save them. It's just a matter of opening another trap door.
Oh, but
Oh,
this
yeah.
one had a lever.
Yeah.
See, that's where you keep your wine, not your victims or your gunpowder.
Definitely not keep gunpowder under my sleeping chambers. That just sounds like bad things could easily happen. In fact, I'd keep my gunpowder in a different building far from where I sleep.
Yeah.
Will probably be the smart way.
Okay,
Oh,
the bonger is going crazy.
Eric could have gone places with an engineering degree, but he chose to be a
Yeah.
singer.
Yeah, Dr. Dweeb, you have lots of callers now. I don't
you know,
rem-
there's a good way about going about getting friends, and then there's a not good way to go about getting friends.
I don't remember if there was a mob of torch-bearing Parisians.
Opera staffers.
Yeah. I don't think there was.
And they're all these people. This is how you get sick.
I certainly don't remember Joseph leading an angry mob like this, seeking revenge for the death of his brother. That was not
Yeah.
a book thing. I don't remember that at all.
That in the versions
Of
the
course,
movies
secret
don't
passages.
either.
Just got to keep looking for secret passages.
That's,
think
that's
they're
what all the
obsessed with-
grapefruit hides.
I think they're obsessed with the drape so they could hide all the secret passages.
Yeah. Wow.
That way they can be lazy about the design.
Yeah. All these little rooms must be filling up with torch smoke.
Oh god, that would be horrible.
Yeah.
With the
Yes.
seep smells, ew.
That's one of my problems with all of these modern science fiction films. They always have, people in the International Space Station or on ships to Mars, and a fire breaks out on board the ship. There are flames on the ship, but there's no smoke. The first thing that would happen is the entire space would completely fill up with black smoke, and nobody would be able to see anything.
Yes,
But-
they're too clean. They're
Yeah.
clean.
In fact, that's happened.
Scary face.
That's happened on the various space stations, the Skylab and the various Russian, the various Russian orbital space platforms. Whenever,
I didn't see that coming.
yeah. Okay, yeah, there's gonna be,
And
Yeah.
he just ditches her. Oh my god, you wanted love, dude, and now you're just ditching her?
Honestly, if that mob was chasing us, I would do the same thing. Just saying.
yeah.
I could always kidnap another girl to force to marry
Okay.
me.
This
Like,
this
if
is
you're
all,
following up,
yeah.
just leave him.
The movie is winging it now. This is all. None of this is from the book. So he's gonna have like a Hunchback of Notre Dame scene here, I guess, climbing up the.
Or is he gonna go into the seepage?
Oh yeah,
He's probably gonna go into the seepage.
yeah.
Or gonna
Seepage before it's a seepage. I got a bomb!
yeah.
And I know how to use it. It is amazing how much they convey without actual words
yeah.
for us. Like,
Yeah.
these actors are really talented.
Yeah, yeah,
As much as I don't like silent movies, I will
Yeah.
always respect their skill.
yeah.
Oh, is he gonna crawl out from underneath? Is he gonna make it?
They throw him in the seepage.
It looks like,
They beat him unconscious and then
They,
toss
they
him in?
didn't actually show the body going into the water, but they implied it.
Ooh, somebody got married. I hope she got to pick out her dress.
Right? There he is with all the straps and buttons again.
yeah.
Not see how you're drooling on.
Oh,
me.
the end. Okay. Okay. This is repealed at the request. This is repeated at the request of the picture patrons who desire to check the names of performances. Okay, they have to tell us what credits are. Movies are such a new thing that they have to.
I'm glad that they did that though.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of
Yeah.
people involved in the process.
Yeah,
I mean, especially now when you get CG involved, it's kind of crazy.
yeah, yeah.
With
Okay.
the familiar handwriting, dun dun dun. Modern horror doctor, not this one, but that would be amazing.
Yeah. In the book, the Phantom lived on for many years. But there was an escape. There was there was a chase. Christine thought she was getting away in Raoul's carriage, but it was the Phantoms, and so there was a carriage chase across Paris. I forget how she escaped, but the Phantom lived on for many years, and he died of natural causes. And on his deathbed, he told the story to not the investigator, but I think Daroga, and he ended up leaving all of his stuff to Christine. Yeah, Raoul is a French name, Madeleine One. But yeah, the author of the novel, The Phantom of the Opera. What was his name? Remind me what his name was. The author of the book. I'm blanking.
Not Dumas. Victor Hugo?
No.
No. I'll Google it.
We've all got supercomputers.
Yeah, Carol is asking, could I introduce the co-host again? Yes, certainly. Immediately to my left is Angela, who uses the name Morbid Heart Designs. She's an artist. She live streams her art. And on my far left is Carissa, who also streams her art. She uses the name Happy Goth Art. And both of you type your links to your Twitches in the chat, please.
And the author's name is Gaston Leroux.
Gaston Leroux, right. He insisted that the story was entirely true. All the events were true. The people were true. And as I've said this at the beginning of the film, but nobody actually believed that. But he died like 20 years later or something like that, still insisting that it was all true. The major players in the story, Christine, Raoul, and the owners of the owners of the opera house. Those characters were based on real people, and they are real people with historical records and documents. There was a young woman an orphan girl from Switzerland who became a great opera singer at the Paris Opera House, so on and so forth. He took life histories of real people to make these characters. Shenlong says, thanks for the movie. Well, thank you for being here. We're not done yet. We're going straight into Dracula, 1931. Angela is going to stay with me for Dracula. And thank you. Carissa is going to be moving on. Thank you for joining us, Carissa. Happy to have you here. It was great talking with you.
It's always great to see Carissa.
Yeah.
I'll be around because I want to watch the Dracula movie too.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have to switch the cameras. You can turn on. You can
I'm
end.
gonna just so everybody have a good night. I'll see you later.
Yeah. Good night, Carissa. There you go.
While you do all that, I'm going to run to the restroom.
Okay. All right.